Hey everybody, this is KD0FNR, and I am here in San Francisco on Hyde Street in a park. And got a little bit of propagation coming out of here. Doing a POTA on the Juan Bautista National Historic Trail. Haven't talked to anybody yet. As far as what POTA is, it's Parks on the Air, and it's a thing that ham radio operators do. They collect contacts to and from national and state parks. And so that's why I'm here at Juan Bautista. And I'm hoping here in about half an hour the propagation is going to get really good across the country. We'll see. This is my signal. There. And so you can see that into Utah. Got an S6. I was S7 earlier. That's probably actually good because that means the cap that reflects me straight to Utah is easing up, and I'm going to start getting out across the rest of the country. Yeah, every once in a while, I'm definitely overwhelming the transmitter. Not entirely sure why yet. If you have any questions, holler at me in the comments. I'll try to be able to see them and answer. Yeah, I'm doing Parks on the Air ham radio activation from San Francisco. And it's definitely urban POTA. There are houses all around me. I am on Hyde Street near Union, head of a hill. Hey, everybody that just joined. This is KD0FNR. I'm doing a Parks on the Air activation using Morse code, which is a ham radio thing from San Francisco on the Juan Bautista National Historic Trail. And so the idea is I'm calling CQ, which means anybody call back. POTA, Parks on the Air, and then my call sign, and hopefully we'll hear back from somebody soon. This is a signal into Utah, and that's what you're watching on the waterfall there. There's a software-defined radio in Utah that you can use to listen to ham radio signals. That is a radio over there at the base of the tree, and the antenna through the tree. I'll try to get a picture of that for everybody. And this is the POTA website, and so one way we make people aware that ham park is by spotting here. So this one there. Let's see where we want to go. Hey everybody that just joined. I am Katie Zero FNR, that's the ham radio call sign, and I am doing a Parks on the Air activation from Juan Bautista National Historic Trail, and basically downtown San Francisco. So I'm in a park in a neighborhood here off of the intersection of Hyde and Union, just kind of killing an early evening. And so the idea of POTA, if you haven't ever heard of it before, is we do Morse code and voice and digital modes also. But the idea is that ham radio operators collect contacts with different state and national parks around the world. And so I'm at a park, and hopefully we'll hear back from people in a little bit. I'm calling Morse code and saying that I'm at the park and to call back, asking people to call back. And so this is the soft line radio in Utah, and it's showing how strong the signal is into Utah. And so what this works is there's a layer in the ionosphere. The signals from this radio are bouncing off it, and during the day that layer gets very, very charged, which makes it very, very reflective. And so what that typically amounts to around here is that the signal lands over there in Utah and Arizona, which is what you're seeing. As it gets later, the sun starts to set. The layer gets less charged, and then the signal can actually penetrate through the layer a little bit and travel further across the country in the world. And so you're listening to two different radios. So you're listening to the audio, and that's the one that keeps breaking up, from the Utah software-defined radio. And that's what my rig here in San Francisco sounds like in Utah. And then you're listening to my radio through this little JBL Bluetooth speaker. My radio is called Project Toucans. And it used to hang up in a tree, so it's got Bluetooth audio to send audio remotely. It has a POW keyer, that's how I'm getting the Morse code over to it. I saw somebody just commented. The comments on this thing get persnickety. But I will see what I can do. So what I'm really trying to say is I can't see your comment right now. I apologize. And so you can see the signal into Utah is ramping down a little bit. And that's actually a really good thing, because that means less of the signal is going out there, which means more of it is getting hopefully higher into the ionosphere, and then it's going to start coming down places like North Carolina, Maine, East Coast. I think the furthest place I've ever talked from this park was Alaska. K7COs in Washington State. Okay, so far. So I'm going to go spot again on the Parks on the Air website. And so this is just a site that CW means Morse code. Constant wave. What I really meant was raw clock means crystal. I can't change frequencies. And QRP means low power. I'm running about 3 watts these days. Anything under 5 watts is QRP. Let's go back over and send it in. And here in a second, I'm going to take a little break. I'll second I'm supposed to be meeting some people either up or down the hill from where I am in the wall. I want to make sure I don't miss them. Okay, I'm going to take that break. I'll be right back. I haven't missed him yet. So let's go ahead and send again. Whoops, let's turn the web socket back on. Bummer. Okay, I'm going to have to reset the website, the control panel for the radio. I'm just going to do this. That is the hotspot address. So the radio is controlled through the phone on my end, and then through the POW on the radio side. Let's get this on. There we go. And we lost our audio on the Utah SDR. But you can see the signal still coming through there. Oh, I can get the audio back. That's the signal. Let me get that a little bit tighter so it's easier for everybody to hear. Quite so big of a space. Right about here. Whoopsie. Come on back. Try to zoom this in a little more. There we go. And you should be able to hear it just fine. Both places. Yep. And so if we go look at the S meter over in Utah, about S6 over there. There's somebody, except I can't hear him here, so that's a bummer. Bit as well. Bit as well. Hey everybody, sorry I had to step away there for a second. I am doing this KFNR. I'm an amateur radio operator, and I am doing an amateur radio Parks on the Air activation from San Francisco. And so what that means is that it means I'm going to reset this webpage real quick. Ham radio operators or amateur radio operators use Morse code. They also use voice and digital modes, but I'm using Morse code. And they collect contacts with each other at different state and national parks all over the world. And so if you have part of the reason I do it, I like being outdoors, but also if you have a very low power radio, it's a really nice way to get people to listen. And hopefully it's going to come back. Shucks. I might have to go reset the POW on the radio itself. But we'll see. We will see. Yep, 248, 69, 141. That's all right. I'm going to hit CA here. I'm going to hit 7 here. Turn it on. Okay, I heard it turn on. I'm going to go VVV just to send something easy. Hit send. Yep, I got to go reset the rig. I will be right back. Or actually, just come with me. So this is the rig here. This is Project Toucans. And the audio is fed up. And I'm going to have to pause for a second because I'm about to have passwords go flashing by. And I am back. Thank you for your patience. So that's the rig. It has a Bluetooth transmitter back here and Pico W over here, and that's consisted about 25 feet up in its antenna, strung between two trees. Right now, a vertical antenna, which you can kind of see go through the tree there. And so I don't see these anymore, but we already have them. And so we have this really nice control. And nice little speaker. Let's see what I can do. I'm going to try and get it to where you can see the software-defined radio. There's an ionoson telling us how high up the, measuring how high up the ionosphere is. And then I'm going to say paste. I'm going to say I'm in California. I'm going to say it's 7 hours behind universal time. I'm going to say I want to do this. I'm going to turn the radio socket back on and go. There we go. And you can see my signal into Utah right there. And so what's 11 to make it anyone? POTA says I'm doing a Parks on the Air activation. And then I send my call sign. And when and if folks call back, they will call back and we will exchange signal strength reports and locations. And so then we will have made a contact. And the idea is to make 10 contacts, and if you do that, then you activate, and that's kind of cool. And so there you go. You can see the signal. That's the signal in Utah. And that's what the radio sounds like in Utah. That was K7CL. Very cool, finally. And they are about 449 out here in San Francisco. It's in Washington. There we go. We're back. All right. So frequently, I already know they're in Texas. I'm going to slow down a little bit. I'm going to try again. Now I'm going to go ahead and refresh the page now, I guess. So like if that water all display, he might be on a frequency that I'm not even on. There's AL7KC from Alaska. And they're about 449. 9429. Yep. Come on down, guys. Hey guys, I'm going to have some other folks here for a second, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera on me off. I think this will work. There we go. Have I ever shown you this before, Dan? Hey. Just talk to somebody from Alaska.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm gonna hop off for just a second here. Hey everybody, I am gonna go ahead and head out. It is time for dinner. This is KD0FNR. Thanks for all the QSOs, and talk to you next time.